Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel for my breakdown of Supergirl episode 11. In the last episode, we had Nia make a deal with Nixley, the fifth dimensional imp that Kara met in the Phantom Zone. Nia didn't understand the deal she made with Nixley at the time because she didn't know who she was. However, she was desperate to see her mother, so the deal went forward. We ended last episode with Supergirl being trapped by Nixley and using Kara's Kryptonian energy to repower her own magic with a machine built by Mitch. So we are dealing with Nixley this episode and also following Lena as she is beginning to learn more about her mother and who she is. The episode opens right where we left off, and to save herself from the clutches of Nixley, Kara summons Mixie, who has been seen on the show several times in the past. For the sake of my sanity, I'm going to be calling them Nixley and Mixie. I know they sound similar, but, I'll do my best to make them sound different. So, Mixie helps fend off Nixley, but she is strong, and so he uses his magic to free Kara, and then Kara immediately flies them out of there. From this point forward, Mixie cannot use magic because then Nixley would be able to sense it and track them. Mixie then gives some backstory on what's going on and in the form of an Aretha Franklin song, I Will Survive. Basically, Nixley's father was a mad king and evil, and her brother and her had planned to overthrow him. However, they were caught. She was sent to the Phantom Zone because no one, like her good friend and co-conspirator Mixie, stood up for her. Her brother went unpunished because of, the patriarchy. So she's angry with her father and her brother, who isn't as dead as she told Kara in the Phantom Zone. But right now she wants Mixie, and it isn't all about revenge, at least not with Mixie. She is planning to build a stone called the All-Stone, which was once created by an evil imp named Jared. This stone gives you the power over everything, matter, life, everything. It was found by the imps and destroyed, but the pieces of the stone are scattered throughout the universe, with almost all planets having their own set, which are referred to as totems. Nixley wants to find these and put them together to create the All-Stone so she can enact revenge on the imps that betrayed and punished her. These totems are the totems of truth, destiny, love, hope, dreams, and courage. To track them, she needs the blood of the creator Jared's ancestor, which happens to be Mixie. She not only wants him for betraying her, but also because she needs his blood in the crystal to track the totems. Supergirl and her team work together this whole episode on an idea to cuff Nixley so they can stop her from having access to her powers, with the backup plan that Kara would like to avoid, which is sending her to the Phantom Zone with the Phantom Zone projector. The cuffs they are designing will use the magical power from the amulet that Mixie used on Kara previously, along with a cuff of their design. Before they have the cuff ready, Nixley creates some chaos to lure them out. She summoned a giant-ass cat. Nia, feeling guilty for not only releasing Nixley, but not telling Kara about it, attempts to trap the cat in the dream realm, and almost sucks herself in as well. Brainy does stop her while the others take care of the cat, and then Nixley appears and tells them that they have 2 hours to meet her with Mixie, or the real chaos begins. In those 2 hours, they complete the cuff and have the plan for Nia to use Brainy's image inhibitor to pretend to be Mixie, allowing her to get close enough to put the cuff on Nixley. This plan comes together after Nia comes clean with Kara and they work through all of that. When it is time for the plan to go into action, though, the magic from the cuff interferes with the inhibitor and doesn't work. Nixley's pretty angry that they tried to trick her and decides she is going to have the dragon burn them alive. Mixie decides that he's going to do for Supergirl what he failed to do for Nixley, so he sacrifices himself by going into the crystal that she needs to locate the totems. Kara almost uses the Phantom Zone projector, but Mixie tells her not to, that they can work together to figure this out. Once he's in the crystal ball, she takes off, leaving the team upset but determined to save him. Especially after Nia sees in her dream that while Nixley has Mixie in the crystal ball, she also used all her magic to do so. So now they just need to stop her from collecting these totems. Over with Lena, she heads to Fortune Bay looking for information on her mother that once lived there. What Lena knows is limited at best. She has an old photo of her mother with these two women, One is Margaret Bishop and the other is named Florence. Lena does know that Margaret still has family in the area, but Florence has seemingly disappeared. Lena's first stop is to the inn she'll be staying at, and at first of all, everyone's friendly until she mentions her mother's name. The mood then shifts, and they ask her to actually leave. Lena then calls Andrea and asks her to possibly find Florence while she goes and talks to Margaret's daughter, Peggy. Peggy, though, has the same feelings about Lena's mother. However, Lena does get some more information from her. She explains to Lena that her mother, with Margaret and Florence, were part of a coven that went on to kill her father. There was a fire that was obviously suspicious that Margaret's daughter was a witness to. Lena's mother set the fire with magic, and then afterwards it kind of disappeared, leaving Margaret to bear the responsibility of what Elizabeth, Lena's mother, did. After hearing all this, Lena is very upset, but Andrea convinces her to keep looking for answers. Lena uses the address for Andrea found for Florence and finds the cave that leads her to Florence. Florence uses magic to show Lena the truth that Margaret's husband was actually abusing her, so they wanted to scare him and things just kind of got out of hand. This really helps Lena to understand that while her mother was responsible for her death, she was altogether a good person with a good heart. Lena also learns that she has that spark of witch in her too, like her mother, so I'm excited to see that play out in the series. Obviously, they're not going to have a lot of time to explore it because this is the final season, but I am excited to see Lena become a witch with powers. She's always been smart, she's one of my favorite characters, and it's kind of cool that they're taking her in this direction. Overall, I did like this episode. I like fifth dimensional imps. I like that those characters. I liked Mixie in the past. He's always pretty funny, but also like, you can't really trust them. So it's always an interesting episode when they're involved, and I'm interested to see like where this goes, who the totems are, and everything like that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos.